I just first want to give a ton of credit to Davidson. They played great. They played extremely hard. That was a really tough game. That was a battle. And I'm just really proud of our guys. You know, it was not pretty. We did not. And that's the thing about this team really all year is, you know, we have enough depth that when one person may be struggling offensively, you know, people will step up. I mean, Kyla was huge down the stretch with 10 points, 7 nerves. She pretty much won that for us, and just effort plays and heart and passion plays. And then Makaira was, you know, we put the ball in her hands a lot, and as a young guy that hasn't been in that position a lot, you know, she has the. I'm trying to think of the right way to say it, because what I said to her is not appropriate for the stand. But when she took that 3 and she made that, that's a confident player, because I was like, no, yes, but she said I knew it was going in. And
any questions for the student athletes? Wait for the microphone's coming over. There we go.
Hey, Kyla, we got you playing 43 minutes tonight. Just for
anything but ready to go. So I'm great. I can do it again right now if you need me to.
For Kyla and Makaira, talk a little bit about the free throws down the stretch and what was going through your mind as you hit those.
Whenever it's like a close game and it's coming down to free throws, I just always like, you have to just really focus in, because Coach Green always says like the different.
Okay.
Excuse me, sorry.
For the student athletes, be curious, when you went into overtime, what do you remember your coach saying to you?
Listen, we listen when it comes down to the plays and stuff, but I know for sure she was encouraging us that, you know, we're here for one reason and one reason only. I do remember what she said, actually. She said, we're winning. That's what she said. Because we had another opportunity. Again, we didn't get to play the best basketball in the first, 40. So we got another opportunity and worked as hard as possible to get the win. So.
Is there anything specific you guys did turning the page after that fourth quarter to reset the stage for overtime?
I think we just talked a lot. Like, as a veteran group, we know what we have to do 9 times out of 10. From the beginning, we know what we have to do. It's just about application, and like it's go hard, win or go home, and that's it. And once we got that extra opportunity to go in there again, like it's all out. You can't save yourself for anything. We don't have it tomorrow without today.
That was my question.
Just in reference to AB, she had 13 turnovers. How does that help your aggressiveness on the floor?
rebounds.
Rebounds, I'm sorry.
Scared me there for a second.
Rebounds, sorry.
She's smaller, but she's mighty. It's great, especially when she gets the ball first and she's our pusher. So it's like it's already in rhythm. We can look for our Phoenix actions a lot more. And it's great that we have guards that can get in there and mix it up. So yeah, make them pay.
Any more questions for the student athletes? All right, ladies, you're free to go.
Thank you, guys.
Any questions for Coach Green?
Thanks, Coach.
You can take that good, right, Kyla?
Makaira, is this your phone? Makaira,
Oh, yeah.
bring your phone to press conference.
Thanks.
Someone may be texting you.
Any question for Coach? Yep.
Just talk about the depth of the league, based on this result, playing Davidson as a 9 seed, just what they showed today.
Yeah, I've said that all year. This is the best this league has been in a long, long time. In my 6 years as being head coach, and it shows it every. That's why I just think, I really did not think. I said the winner of the regular season would probably have 2 or I thought at least 3 losses. I just didn't. I thought it was that competitive. Every single night is just a battle, and everyone they bring something different. So Richmond and Davidson, knowing their styles. Both of them really is not an ideal matchup for us. That's a 9 seed, but they're really, really good, and they played us hard at their place, earlier in the season. So the league's great. I think we've done a great job of challenging ourselves in the non-conference with teams that, can have the teams to do it. We've played who we needed to play. We're high in the net. This is the first time we got 3 top 50, net games. Our quad 1 wins on the road in conference. That's never happened in my time. So that's huge, and you know, hopefully it'll pay off in postseason opportunities for us.
Any other questions for Coach?
What's the game plan or message moving forward to tomorrow?
Find a way to go 1-0. That's what it always is with us. It's not, you know, it's not always pretty with how we win, but we find a way, and we got really tough guys on our team that believe, that came back for a reason, that are going to fight, and they're going to keep fighting. And that's who you want to go into battle with, are guys like we got, and they're tough kids. And no matter who we play, when we play, I know they'll be ready to go.
Coach, can you speak to how important support groups, spirit groups, having them there, cheering you on, how important that is?
Yeah, I think any time that you can have, you know, those guys come with, and your band, your cheerleaders. Obviously, you know, Dayton has a pretty good following. We had a pretty good crowd, and this facility, it's loud. I love it. It's smaller, but it's loud, and it was a great environment in there. I can't imagine if that place is full how loud it would be. But to have the support and have those, you know, people come and be here to support us and cheer us on, it makes all the difference. And our kids, you know, appreciate it, and our kids love it, and it just makes the environment better. And that's what this is all about, right? It's about our student athletes being able to remember this tournament experience, and it feels like a tournament this year. And I'm really proud of, obviously, with Bernadette and Debbie, they've just done an unbelievable job. I think this is a great facility, and it feels like a tournament, and it should.
Any other questions for Coach? All right.
Thank you.
All right, you ready? We have up here Cassie Gould, Sarah Constance, and Izzy Morgan, along with Coach Folks. Coach, if you'd like to make an opening statement, then we'll open up to the student athletes.
Yeah, obviously a very tough loss to swallow. I thought we were incredibly competitive and fought hard. And, you know, these three up here were tough as nails along with the rest of our team. And, you know, to me, Dayton is an incredible team. And we knew we had to play really well. And we knew we had to be physical and we had to rebound. And, you know, I thought for long stretches of that game, we were able to kind of accomplish that. And that's what put us in a great position to be pushed, hopefully, you know, pushed to overtime. And so, you know, for me, I couldn't be more proud of them, you know, particularly our two seniors up here that have, they're two of our captains, along with Chloe Welch, have just absolutely paved the way for what Davidson women's basketball stands for, and just the way that they go about things every single day. I just couldn't be more proud of them. You know, and Izzy Morgan, big-time freshman here with us, you know, stepped up and had the ball in her hands in crucial moments, and, you know, obviously really proud of her as well.
Any questions for the student athletes?
Sure, we can start with Cassidy, and both the rest of you can answer. What were the conversations in the huddle and on the bench in that fourth quarter as you guys were really rallying?
Yeah, so in the fourth quarter, we were a couple points down, and I think the main conversation was just to keep being us, stick to our identity, and go out there and fight for every possession. Like in those games, you don't get, in the championship games, you don't get anything back. So just every single possession, everyone getting down there, like 50-50 balls, like going after rebounds, and just taking it up strong and have confidence in your offensive game. And I think a lot of it was bringing each other together and, like, I don't know, just doing what we know how to do. Like, we went out there thinking, like, we believed in ourselves, and obviously the result didn't fall our way, but I'm so proud of what we could produce.
Any more questions for the student athletes? No.
If either of them
Yeah.
wanted to answer.
To piggyback off of Cass. Yeah, I mean, honestly, we kind of came out there, especially fourth quarter. There was 10 minutes left. We were down. I can't remember exactly how many we were down at that moment, but we all kind of looked at each other and just said, you know what, we have literally nothing to lose. 10 more minutes to fight and play together and play as the most cohesive team in the A10, and that, like, has been what this team has been all about. And I am so proud to have fought next to these girls. You could just feel it in the huddle, how bad everybody wanted it. You know, no 50-50 ball was going to go to Dayton today, and yeah, it ended up falling a little bit short, but I was so proud of the effort that we made late in the game to kind of take a run. And yeah, it was just a lot of energy. So.
Yeah, I think SK said it, but our whole group, like, we play for each other, and we knew it was never going to be over until, like, the buzzer sounded. So we just went out there, like, played our hearts out. We just, like, said to each other, like, we got to leave everything out there, you know, just have no regrets. And, you know what, we did that, but it didn't fall our way. But yeah, I'm just really proud of everyone.
Any other questions for the student athletes?
Obviously, it will take some time to digest the season ending, particularly for you seniors. But as you look back and having started with Coach Folks, understand the importance and what you've done for the foundation of Davidson basketball.
Yeah, obviously we were in the first class. I was recruited by Coach Folks, and we came in here to bring a new culture, to set an identity, to try and build something from the ground. And we've tried our best. We've had ups and downs, and, like, things go wrong here and there. When you're trying to build something new, like, there are things that you try and then it doesn't work out, but we keep sticking together and play for each other, like Izzy said. Like, that's a big part of it. Like, there's no use going out there and doing it for yourself. That's not what we were here for. And I can honestly say I gave it all, and I know SK did, and I just hope what we've tried to do, like, lives on within, like, the girls below us and freshmen like Izzy who step up. And I don't know, I hope they come back next year and win an A10 tournament. That's all I want.
Yeah. Honestly, I just have nothing but pride for being a Davidson women's basketball player. And I know that Cass feels the same way, what we have built and what Coach Gale has instilled in us. And from our class down, like, I know that runs deep. Yeah, Cass said it perfectly. Like, I have full trust in Izzy and Ellie and every single freshman stepping up. Underclassmen, Chloe staying here an extra year, that they will continue to work hard to instill that in every women's basketball player that comes. And that's a mark I feel like that we've left on this program forever, and that can't be taken away. Ball stops bouncing, but yeah, I'm so proud. So.
Yeah, ladies, you guys played really well. Even though 9 seed, you guys came out like you were top 3, and it just reminds me of your famous alumni who runs a track, underrated, right? So congratulations. In terms of when you guys came out, red hot. Like, what was that last huddle before tip-off? What was said in there, and how did you guys come out that hot? Because I think it took a lot of people by surprise.
Yeah. Well, before the game, we know that this is it. A loss, we go home, a win, we keep advancing. And I think it really just comes down to the team that we have. We are so cohesive, and no one ever wanted it to be the last time that we played together. So that really meant a lot to us. We literally just went out there. It was just we played with so much passion, intensity. We gave it everything because we were out there playing for each other. We weren't playing for anyone but each other.
Mm-hmm. And I think we've known in the past, games that we've lost, we haven't come out fast. So, collectively, that was something that we really need to focus on, and just come out, throw the first punch, and then just keep going at it. Dayton's a team that doesn't go away. They know how to win. They know how to win the close games. That's why they have the reputation they have. So, yeah, we just knew we had to come out and give it our all and never stop, which I think we tried our best to do.
Right over there.
Jacob Munch, WMUA. Was there a moment this year where you felt things click? Was it the UMass game? Because you seemed to finish the year sort of in a groove. Was there one specific moment where you're like, aha, we have something here?
I don't know. I'm trying to think of a specific moment. I think the UMass game was honestly just a perfect picture of how hard this team has been working since day one. Honestly, I think we all knew that we could beat teams like UMass. We knew we could beat teams like Dayton too. We knew that from all along, and just continuing to fight hard. In every game we play, A-10's not an easy conference. Anyone can win on any given day, but continuing to fight hard in practice, competing with each other. I think that was just kind of something. The UMass game, it boiled over to the point where we were like, yeah, this is definitely something we can go out and do together. So.
Mm-hmm. Anything else for the student athletes? All right, ladies, you're free to go.
Nice job, guys. Thank you.
Thank you.
And we'll open up for questions for Coach Folks. Go ahead.
What was the game plan against Dayton today, and how do you think you executed?
I think, one thing about Dayton is they've got great players, great individual players that can score in a lot of different ways. And we came into this game saying, hey, every one of these kids has got kind of a go-to move, a go-to thing, and we really wanted to limit those things for those kids. And, I think their field goal percentage and obviously the points they scored, we were able to do that at times. And then the second piece was, all right, once we make them take that type of shot, you got to rebound it. You've got to go get the ball. And as you saw for most of the game, I think we were kind of leading in that category, and down the stretch, ran out of steam a little bit in that phase. And, hats off to them. They've got, some upperclassmen that have been here, done that. They've got a very, very talented center, and my God, hats off to them. Put them in a blender. We've got to set great screens. We've got to be able to get downhill. And, if we had shot a little better, hats off to Dayton, for contesting some of those shots, 5 of 26 from 3, but a few more of those go down. I feel like it's a slightly different game, and those are shots we were very excited to have. And so for us, I thought that we got what we wanted out of a big stretch. I think the second quarter was rough for a variety of reasons, but, that was the plan. It almost worked, so.
I guess just talk a little bit about the leadership of your older girls that were in today.
Yeah, Cassidy and Sarah Constance, and Chloe were the first 3 that, I was able to sign and recruit when I got to Davidson. And, they were brought in with a vision in mind of, trying to become a share, shoot, stifle program. When I got here to Davidson was ranked 351 out of 352 from three-point shooting. And I said, well, this is where Stephen Curry went. We need to fix that. And so three-point shooting became a priority for us, and shooting it at all 5 positions. And they were versatile players that were very competitive, and they just cared about winning. They didn't care about anything else. And, that's why, they were the first 3 I went after and brought here. And their leadership, I just can't speak enough. They care so much about each other, about the team, and the only stat any of them care about is a win. They don't care about anything else, and I've never had one of those kids come and say, "Hey, coach, I need more shots." Coach, what do you need? How can I help you? You know, how can I? What does this team need right now? And to me, that's just leadership in its rawest form is just, hey, all in. It's all of us against the A10. It was something that we had great buy-in from them, with our staff, with everybody in our program, and I just can't speak to how much they mean to me as people, and how much they've meant to our program.
The same question that I asked the players, but for you, was there a moment this year where you felt like everything sort of started to fall in line?
Yeah, I think there was just it was a weird stretch for us because we had two pretty big injuries in the middle of conference play, with Rosie Deegan going down in our Fordham game and Adelaide Fuller going down in our St. Joe's game, and obviously, both of them were starters, and we kind of had to evolve from there. And obviously, Izzy Morgan kind of stepped into a more featured role during that stretch, and Ellie Sutphin, became a player that I think a lot of teams were pretty concerned about during that stretch too. But that, it was just different, having to find different ways to win, and that was in the middle of our kind of COVID makeup where we were playing 5 games in 10 days, 3 games in 5 days, kind of in a quick stretch, and so there wasn't a lot of practice time to adjust. But I thought we kind of hit our stride, as we started to kind of get those guys back into things a little bit, with the UMass game being a big one. I mean, that was the first game that Rosie was really back, kind of cleared to go. She played a little bit in our LaSalle game, but had a good showing against them. And after that, we got Adelaide back, and, she was able to kind of give us some good minutes. And so, obviously, we've got some young players I'm very excited about and want to obviously continue to build and grow. But having those veterans in such a experienced league is something you need. I mean, we just played against 24 and 25-year-olds, and I thought we were old, and we're 21. I mean, Ellie's 19. It's just 19 and 25 is a very, very different age, and so just understanding that, we were experienced, and when we lost some of that experience, we had a little bit of a rough patch. But I'm hopeful to be able to continue playing in postseason, and we'll see where that goes. But this group still wants to fight with each other. This group still wants to play, and hopefully that's an opportunity that we have an option to play in. So, yeah.
How much does this experience here motivate you for next season, for the postseason?
Yeah. I think every day this group wants to keep getting better and grow and learn. So I think, it'll help us if we have an opportunity to continue to play. But for next season, obviously losing Cassidy and Sarah Constance, that's a big, they're the ultimate glue kids, just as far as the way they go about things and their leadership and intangibles. But we've got to continue to get better. We've got some freshmen that, we're hoping to take that next step. And hopefully with this postseason potential opportunity, we get some additional weeks of practice, hopefully some more games. And, from there can keep building. So that's what we're hopeful for.
Any other questions for Coach? No? All right. Thank you.